Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Sydney. I film Girl TV beauty videos, and I am so excited about today's video, you guys. Today we're going to tackle the Sephora fantasy cart tag created by EmilyNoel83 here on YouTube. She uploaded this video. It was like a day or two ago when I'm filming this, but it might be a little longer by the time you guys are seeing this video. But she uploaded a video where she started the Sephora fantasy basket tag, and I just fell in love with the premise. So basically the premise of this tag is that you can buy whatever you want at Sephora. She put a $1,000 limit on it just so there were some limitations, but it was kind of just a fun exercise to go through Sephora's website, pick out products that maybe you wouldn't normally buy for yourself, or just kind of pick out everything that caught your eye and kind of talk about what you put in your cart. I created a cart last night and I took a quick look over it this morning. I made some minor changes, but I'm really excited to share these products with you. If I had $1,000 to blow at Sephora, this would definitely be what I bought. A scary thing happened when I was filling up this cart. It said at the top, spend $2 more to hit rouge status, and I was like, ah! I've never even come close to any rouge status in my life, but it was so much fun to create, so I feel like I'm just rambling on about nothing, so let's hop into the video. I was so attracted to this tag, you guys, because I feel like I used to do this kind of in a sense, but as I was getting into makeup, I would literally take the Ulta catalog and I would say, what would I buy in this catalog if I had $100? And I'd like take a Sharpie marker and I'd circle everything in it. It was so much fun, and this just really brought back kind of the nostalgia for doing that. So I'm so excited to hop into this. So let's hop into my cart. I currently have 22 items in it. I feel like 22 items does not equate to $1,000 worth of product, but you'll see. You'll see what I threw in here in a minute. So I pretty much mostly just grabbed makeup. I forgot if Emily included skincare in her bag. I know she included a lot of new makeup versus like some older releases, and I feel like I more so have some older releases in my cart, so I'm really excited to share them with you. So I'm not going to blabber on any further. Let's hop into it. Alright, you guys, I tried to add things to my cart in kind of like brand grouping wise, but it seems like it's all gotten kind of jumbled around. Oh my god, I just almost hit checkout. That would have been bad. So I'm just going to start at the top of my cart and insert a picture of the product that I'm talking about right here as we go. So the first product in my cart is the Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer. So I'm on a cream product kick, you guys, and I'm going to be totally honest, I made this cart very irresponsibly. Like, there's no way that I would ever buy all of these products in one trip, in 1 year, in any of that, because I already have a lot of cream products in my collection, and I feel like it's a little bit irresponsible of me to buy that many more cream products because they do go quick much faster than powder products do. So I want to really focus on using up what I have before I buy too many more, even though I have a feeling I will buy more. But anyways, I chose this cream bronzer from Fenty because I've been hearing incredible things about it, you guys. I know it's a little bit on the pricier side. It's $32, but I've heard people just raving about it. I've heard that the formula is really buildable and really nice. I really love the shades that they have available. I would think that I would probably be shade 2 Butter Biscuit. It's a little bit on the warmer side, but I like warm bronzer, you guys. Honestly, I don't have issues with warm bronzers as long as they're not too orange. But they also have this contour tone, which I would be really interested to swatch in stores. I don't have a cream contour. I did order one in my Salt New York, what are they called, like the little custom palettes that they have, but that hasn't arrived yet. But I am interested in that because the cream bronzer that I have, and the only thing else that's like kind of a cream bronzer that I have, is very warm, so I would be interested to see kind of how that would look on my fair skin and how I would kind of like it. So I'm interested in that one. I also put in 2 of the Tower 28 Shine On Jelly Lip Glosses in here. I couldn't resist these, you guys. Honestly, I was just gonna be like, I'm just gonna buy all of Tower 28's products and call it a day, but I decided to reel it in a little bit, but I've really wanted to try the brand for probably a couple months at this point, and I feel like they're really not that expensive, so I can definitely see myself purchasing some products from them in the next couple months, just not right now because I'm currently not working. But the shades that I got were the shades Fire and Fearless. Fire is like a sheer orangey corally tone. I am so into like sheer orangey corally glosses. I'm just like looking at my little makeup organizer right now, and the 2 that I have in my collection are front and center because I haven't been able to stop wearing them lately. I'm just really into that kind of look. But the Fearless shade is like a sheer purpley berry tone. Recently I've gotten a little bit more into purpley glosses. I know that's kind of weird, but I have one in my project pan and it's a much lighter tone, but I kind of like the I feel like when you put it on my lips, at least, it looks like more of a cool toned pink, and I feel like that's something that's a little bit harder for me to find within my collection. I feel like everything that I put on my lips pulls a little bit warm, so I think that would be a really cool color to add to my collection. I've heard incredible things about the formula on these glosses. Okay, next up is one that I have lusted over for years, you guys, and that is the Natasha Denona Bloom Cheek Palette. So when this first launched, I was super into it, and it was kind of a weird thing because I hadn't really gotten into cream cheek products at all, and I wasn't really like super into Natasha Denona's cheek products in general, but I kept seeing swatches of this palette and I was like, oh my goodness. I fell in love with this palette so hard. I've almost bought it probably 3 or 4 times, but I haven't bought it yet, and there's just something about it that really calls to me. I love that there's a cream side and a powder side. I think the thing that's held me back from buying this up to this point is that I'm not sure if that highlighter would actually work for my skin tone, and for 55 bucks I want to make all those shades work for me. Of course I could use it as an eyeshadow, but I really don't find myself doing that too often. So if I could spend like $1,000, if I just had $1,000 to blow, I would definitely buy that palette. Next product in my cart is the Fenty Beauty Slip Shine Sheer Shiny Lipstick, and I had to throw one of these in here. I really couldn't decide which shade I wanted, so I ended up just throwing in like a neutral pinky shade. I threw in 06 Retro Rose, which is really, really beautiful, but if I could choose another shade, I think I would probably go with Tang Thang, that red orange. It's so beautiful. As I said, I'm really obsessed with like a sheer red orange lip for the summertime. I think it's so pretty, and it really just like wakes up your face. I feel like every time I wear a red lip, I'm like, oh, I look so healthy and alive. But that's the one that I would choose if I didn't choose a neutral one. But I'm like, you know what? I feel like Elf, I feel like I just bought that shade from Elf in their version of this kind of product. So I went with the dusty pink shade because I knew I would get a ton of use out of that one as well. Okay, next up is another product from Tower 28, and it is their SOS Save Our Skin Daily Rescue Facial Spray. I've heard so many people saying that this has done incredible things for their skin. I struggle with acne. I feel like my skin has gotten better in the past couple weeks-ish. I don't know. I feel like I go through cycles with my skin where I'm like, oh, this is getting better. Maybe we're finally done with this, and then it just gets worse again. So I'm always looking for some new products to kind of help balance my skin out and even it out. And I've heard that this one does a really, really great job fighting acne. I love that Tower 28 is a clean brand, and I know that what I'm putting on my skin needs to be really clean. So I'm just really excited about this one, you guys. It's $28, the 4-ounce size is. They do have a 1 ounce for $12. It's not a great value, but if you just want to try it to see if you like it, it's definitely worth checking out the 1 ounce size. Okay, next product I have in my cart is the Wander Beauty Nude Illusion Liquid Foundation. I feel like this foundation was really big, like maybe, how long ago was that? Maybe like a year or so ago. I feel like people were really, really raving about this foundation, and then it just kind of disappeared. It gets buried under new releases. But I am still kind of intrigued by it, you guys, especially now that I'm into a little bit of a more lighter coverage foundation and definitely a dewier finish than I used to go for. I think this sounds like a beautiful foundation. It's $40, so that's more than I usually like to spend on foundation, let's be honest. I'm such a drugstore girl at heart, it hurts me to spend more than like 15 bucks on foundation, but I feel like I'm getting to this point with my collection and with makeup in general that I would rather spend more on fewer products rather than spending less on each product and just getting more of them. I feel like that's something that's really shifted in my mindset over the past couple months. I haven't been updating on my channel, but I've been trying to stick to my $50 makeup budget. Okay, let's be honest, in March and April I did not do a great job of that, but in May and June I've been trying much harder to stick to my $50 makeup budget, and part of me right now, if I had money to spend on makeup, but part of me is just like, you know what, I'm kind of ready to invest in some higher end products rather than just buying drugstore or really affordable makeup. I'm kind of letting go of that getting the most bang for my buck in the sense that like I'm buying really cheap products because I can buy more of them, if that makes sense. So that's a foundation that I'm really, really into that I would eventually like to try. Next up, I have a product from Patrick Ta, and this is their Major Beauty Headlines Double Take Cream and Powder Blush. You guys know I love a blush duo. I am really into pretty much everything that Patrick Ta releases. I haven't bought anything yet, but the packaging, the whole aesthetic of the brand really, really appeals to me, and I just think this one's really pretty. I grabbed the corally shade. It's called Do We Know Her? And I think it's just absolutely beautiful. I would really, really love to try this one. I don't think I would realistically actually buy this one for myself because I have a lot of cream blush and a lot of powder blush right now, but I like the concept of it, and I've really wanted to try Patrick Ta for a little while now. Okay, now we have another product from Tower 28. I think this is the last one, but don't hold me to that because I put a lot of Tower 28 products in my cart. But this is their Beach Please Tinted Lip and Cheek Balm. And again, this one I might buy because it's only 20 bucks. But I grabbed the shade Happy Hour. It's a sun-kissed coral pink shade is the description. But I grabbed this one because it seems much brighter than any of the other cream blushes I have in my collection. And honestly, I think I might really dig a bright cream blush. Like, I have a much more subtle one on today, and I actually put more blush on top of it, but I feel like every time I put on a cream blush, it sinks into my skin so much. I feel like this is coming off poorly, but I feel like it just melts into the skin so much that I'm like, I want a little more blush. So I think a product like this would be really, really fun to have, and I thought the shade was absolutely beautiful. Alright, you guys, next product is one that if you guys have been watching my channel for maybe the last couple months, you might have an inkling that I included this one, and that is the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. This palette has been haunting my dreams for like 6 months now. I can't get it out of my head, you guys. Normally with Natasha Denona palettes, they infatuate me for a little bit, and then I'm like, that's too expensive, but I can't get the Metropolis palette out of my head. I really thought it was going to go on sale for like half off at this point, but it has not yet, and it's driving me crazy. I just really want it, you guys. It's the most beautiful like fall palette, and I mean, if I had $1,000 to blow at Sephora, this is definitely one that I would purchase, but in actuality, I don't know if I will ever end up purchasing it. Next one that I might actually end up purchasing is the Rowan Beauty 75 Degrees Warm Eyeshadow Palette. Rowan Beauty is a brand that I was introduced to by Hannah Louise Poston. They have some really, really beautiful like glittery textured shadows, and that is all of what I'm about right now. I love anything with a little bit of texture that makes it a little bit different from your average eyeshadow, and if you couldn't tell by my eyes, I'm into warm tones right now. I feel like having these shadows would be so fun for summer and fall. Especially in summertime, because I feel like this with one of these shadows with like some bronzer in the crease would just look so like effortless and fresh and pretty. So I'm really, really interested in this quad. It is a little bit pricey at 42 bucks, but as I said, I'm kind of getting out of that more makeup mindset, so I'm into that one. I also added the Rowan Beauty Disco Eyeshadow Topper Universal to my cart. This one is $29. I also really like the idea of this one because I feel like this one's a little bit more versatile. I think this one has a bit more of a sheer base. Well, let's be honest, I think all of them have a sheer base, but I think this one could be topped over a multitude of different shadows and give a different effect to each one. So that's why I also threw that one in there, but again, it would probably serve pretty much the same purpose as the quad. Okay, this next one is one that has recently made its way onto my wish list, and that is because of Julia Adams MUA. If you guys are not following her on YouTube and on Instagram, I almost said YouTube. What is even that? What are words today? But she raves about this powder. She says that it sets down her makeup without taking away the dew, and I'm all about the glow right now. So I'm really interested in this powder, but again, it's extremely pricey. It's $46. I think you get, how much product do you get in the big size? You get 0.36 ounces. How much is in like a standard powder? I don't know. This Beauty Bakery flour powder is 0.49 ounces, and I'm not really sure how much this one is, but I feel like it's 20 to 30 bucks. So it's definitely a pricier powder to begin with, but this would be like a major treat myself moment. I don't know. The packaging is absolutely gorgeous. I'm into it, you guys. If I was having a treat myself moment, I would treat myself with that powder. Another product on this list that Julia Adams also influenced me to buy, there's 2 or 3 more on here, just spoiler alert, is the Milk Makeup Flex Concealer. She says that she really loves this concealer because it looks really lightweight and undetectable under the eyes. That is exactly what I look for in a concealer. I like something that's a little bit more on the hydrating side, but that I can like spot conceal with if I don't feel like doing a full face of foundation. It's not going to look weird or blend out weird in powders or anything. She's been raving about this one for quite a long time, so I threw that one in my cart as well. I also threw in the Natasha Denona Viva palette. I am really attracted to this palette, you guys. I feel like I'm slowly getting back into neutrals again. I feel like I was on an only color kick for months, especially since like I've been home for forever. I'm not leaving the house, so like why not wear some fun makeup? And the Viva palette is like the ultimate neutral palette. It's like the neutral palette to end them all. So I'm really interested in that palette. Again, it's never something I would purchase for myself, but if I were to be gifted $1,000 to spend at Sephora, I would definitely purchase that one. kind of for the same reasons. I put the gold palette from Natasha Denona in here. This one may make it into my life somehow, some way, someday. I feel like this palette I can't let go of because I feel like this palette has held up really well over time. I feel like a lot of palettes, like, they have their moment, they're all hyped up, everyone's talking about it, and then it just disappears. But the gold palette has never really disappeared. And it's so pretty, you guys. It's so pretty. I feel like this one has some of the specialness that I was really hoping for from the new bronze palette. I actually did a whole shop my stash for dupes video on that palette, and I actually created this look in that video, so definitely check that out. I can link it down below if you guys are interested in that. But I was really hoping that palette would be a little bit more textured, a little bit more special like the gold palette is. But I love the gold palette. I love the look of the gold palette. I've swatched the gold palette. It's beautiful, but I can't spend $129 on it. I also threw in the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder. I'm on the hunt for a new perfect setting powder. Can you guys tell? I think I have one more on this list as well. I've just heard really great things about this powder. This one retails for $32, which is definitely an easier pill to swallow than the last one. And there are 0.9 ounces in this one versus the Hourglass one, so it's much better value too. I may actually try this one out. But I'm just on the hunt for a new powder. A lot of people have said that this one is really great, so I'm giving it a chance. I also threw in another product from Fenty. This is their Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush, and I threw in the shade Bikini Martini because, again, this is one that I don't already have in a cream blush that I already own or any of the other ones that I put on my list, and I think this would be such a fun shade for like spring and summer. I think it would add such a nice flush of color to the cheeks. And again, I've heard really great things about these blushes. A lot of people are upset because of the size, but at the same time I'm like, are you actually going to use up a bigger cream blush? Let's be real here. So the size doesn't really bother me too much, and I just thought that was a really fun shade. I also threw in the Tower 28 Bronzio Illuminating Bronzer. I'm so into this bronzer. I'm more than likely going to purchase it probably in the next couple weeks before summer's out. I just think it's like the ultimate like summery shimmery cream bronzer. I love my Milk Makeup cream bronzer so much, but I would love to try something that's a little bit more illuminating, and this one's only 20 bucks and I'm probably gonna buy it. Next up is the Tarte C Hydro Concealer. This one is one that I kind of just like want to take a chance on this product. It's a little bit newer and I haven't really watched any reviews on this product. I don't know if I've even watched any reviews on this product, but this is just a newer product to Tarte's line, which is Sephora, that I was interested in trying. I love a good hydrating concealer, as I said, and Tarte's known for having good concealer, so I'm like, you know what? Let's just try it. Next item I put in my cart is the Milk Makeup Blur and Set Matte Loose Setting Powder. Again, another recommendation from Julia Adams MUA. She really loves this powder because she says it looks really lightweight on the skin, and again, it sets your makeup without taking away the dew completely, and that's really what I'm into right now. This one retails for $29, so that's the most affordable out of all of them for 0.87 ounces, so a pretty good amount of products. That one may also be one that I actually end up trying. The final product that I threw in my cart is, again, kind of a product that I was just like, I just want to try you, is the Bite Beauty Changed Maker Supercharged Micellar Foundation. This foundation has been very polarizing. I feel like people either absolutely love it or they absolutely hate it. I'm just really interested in this foundation. I really like the claims that it's light to medium coverage. I really like the shade range. I like that Bite Beauty is a clean brand, and something about it just really calls to me. So that's the last item that I threw in my cart. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. I had so much fun filming it. I would love to do this with like Ulta or like ColourPop's website or something along those lines. So let me know down in the comments below if you guys would have any interest in seeing like a second version of this video or something along those lines. In a comment down below, let me know what your like most extravagant, like most treat yourself purchase at Sephora would be. Like if you were given $1,000, what would be that first thing that you put in your cart? I would love to chat about it down below. But that's gonna wrap it up for me today. I hope you guys are having a good one, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!